So my first question, could you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes. So, hi, my name is Lucy. Thanks, Grace, for having me on her Zoom meeting. And when she first approached to me, I was like, thank you, because I really want to connecting with you too, you know? She said that she follows me on Instagram. Actually, I follow her on Instagram first. Because I see her picture everywhere with the USANA or with the Nathan, you know, like I'm like, oh, so there's another girl who's Asian that's in the US that's doing USANA. So I have to connecting with her. But unfortunately, I don't understand anything she's posting because it's all in Korean.
Yes.
I was like, I can't read Korean because all the information she's posting, I'm sure it's very important and it's very good. And I wish I could take that and put it on my Instagram, but unfortunately I can't because it's all in Korean. I'm a fan of Grace and I'm really happy to be here. And my name is Lucy. And thanks to USANA, because of USANA, make us connecting together. And it's great. And I am born raised in China. Moved here when I was high school senior.
Wow.
So it's been a long time. So I'm gonna say this. I've been living in America at the times is longer than I lived in China. So go figure. So it's been a long time. So I'm married. I have 2 kids. And one is 8 years old, one's 5 years old. They're gonna be 8 and 5 this month. And I'm in Palm Springs, California. And it's very hot right now in the summertime.
Yeah.
I recommend people coming here in the wintertime.
What do you do, Lucy? Do you have another job too?
Right now I'm full on USANA.
Okay. Before what did you do? Yeah.
In my past, I was in sales and marketing a lot. So my past jobs are around the sales and marketing. I was a nursing student at college.
I see.
My parents and the Chinese parents, Asian parents said, oh, go for nursing, good job, good pay. Yeah. Go for it. But I realized nursing is now my call because I cannot stand blood and I cannot stand the cadaver. You go do all the anatomy physiology classes. And so I realized nursing is not my call. So I shifted that to business and marketing. So I pretty much did sales, marketing, while I was working. And then after I got married and after working for a few years, we have kids. So between me and my husband, I just decided to step down back for a little bit because I want to spend time with kids while they're young. When they start school, they can go back to, I can go back to my life. So that's why now I am just full on USANA now.
Yeah, so full-time mom and full-time USANA, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you like so far, USANA business?
I like it because my parents, actually, they're doing USANA in China. So they've been knowing USANA I've been hearing about USANA for past, I would say at least 8 years, at least. Since 2016, I've been hearing about USANA. It's because back then, my parents had a health issue, especially my mom. She had very bad health issues. So I would say when she was in her 50s, she went through menopause and she went through depression, because menopause caused a lot of other issues. She had depression and she also went through like sleep regression. She couldn't sleep at night, a lot of health issues. And she tried the Western medicine, also tried the Chinese medicine, and same, nothing works for her. That's when she actually heard about USANA, and that's when she started taking them. So they were just on supplements before too. So they were just customers. They took it for a couple of years. My dad has some heart issues, and they helped them with the heart issues. So it was after like 3 years they were on supplements of USANA. Then they decided to do USANA for life.
Wow. So now
they're doing USANA for life. So I know about USANA for years, but I just never was like, I don't know. Like I was so young and I just feel like, oh, happy for you guys, good for you. But it never was like something I wanted to do for my life. Because back then I had my job and I liked my job. And back then I was in America, even though it's famous in China, but I feel like in America, not that much people know about USANA. So I was like, I didn't really take it seriously, but I've been hearing USANA for a long time because they've been doing it for a long time.
I see, which means your parents start first.
Yes.
Right? And then they introduce you something like that, right?
They've been telling me all year round. And I was like, but I'm like a rebellion child when your parents, you should do this, you do this. I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. So I was like, if I started in 2017, then I probably don't even know where I am today. But I did not. So I did not really want to do USANA until after my health journey, after my health issues.
My actually case is totally different, totally opposite. So I had a health issue, but my mom had health issue. But I studied first USANA with a reset program and something like that. Took the product, and then later, and then my mom was going through many health issues. So that's why I introduced her the USANA reset program. And then she was not really. She actually they're doing my father was pastor for church. So that's why my mom was pastor's wife. They're doing the ministry. That was enough for them. But they were not especially my mom was like, as a pastor's wife, and then, this is not my job. But after she experienced the USANA reset program, she was, because like people notice, around her, people notice her change. So that's why, what did you do? And then you look so great now, and then much better than before, something like that. And then so that's why she just shared the USANA. But my case, so that's why opposite. I studied first, and then later my mom, like 6 months later, and she started. So we are doing the family business too. So you're in the same boat. Wow, amazing story. So all right, so that's why you're actually, which means your sponsors, your parents?
No, because in China, obviously, like you guys cannot sponsor Chinese people.
I see. Different. Okay.
Yeah, but my sponsor is a Singapore. I'm under Helen Song's team.
Yeah, so. I see. Helen Song. Okay. So what is your current rank in USANA?
I'm a silver director at USANA.
I see. Congratulations. I saw your...
I'm shooting for gold this year. Hopefully I can hit it.
You can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Okay. So which means, how long have you been USANA now then? As an associate? As
an associate, I would say a year. So because my surgery was last June. So after my surgery, and I was like, I feel good now. I'm like, I healed. I was like, I want to do USANA full time now, because I didn't want to do something until I believe in something. So last July, I always had a USANA account, don't get me wrong, because my parents, sometimes they want to like American products they don't have in China. I order for them, but I never was really active. It just sits there, So last July, I decided like, okay, I want to do this as like my business. But last year I was doing really part-time because my daughter was like only go to school half day. So I only doing it a half day. So I would say like with USANA 1 year, like as a business, but taking supplements, I would say since 2021. So 2 years.
It's like 2 years or 3 years, something like. Okay, I see. Good for you. And then, so what did you do for your? So could you explain the health situation before? What cancer did you have it for people?
Yes. So 2021, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. And so basically, I found a lump on my chest and while I was in China, and I didn't even think any of it. And I think at that time, I think the stress, like you said, is a huge thing for breast cancer, is because there's a lot of emotional hormones messed up all going on. Because I think during 2021 was during COVID. And I was like traveling overseas to China, and my grandma passed away. And there's a lot of like emotional stress, and that whole 1 year I didn't sleep really well, and I always stay up late and staying up, and the restless night, like couldn't sleep at night. So I think my immune system was really, really down, and everything triggers it. And to the point that like when I found the lump, I think it's not, I just found it. It's like, it's my lifestyle for the past year and a half caused my lump, you know? So when I found the lump, I came back to the States 2022 and I got diagnosed stage 2 breast cancer. And US doctors all want me to do chemo radiation. Every single Western medicine doctor, they said that like, I'm the type of breast cancer, triple positive, stage 2, 6-month chemo, 6 months radiation, and then surgery. That just every single doctor you see, and they will tell me the same thing. I mean, the same thing, the same treatment plan. And I think for me, I'm just not a fan of chemo. It's just my personal choice. I don't think it's wrong. I think people chose chemo. It's their own beliefs. Right. That's totally fine. But for me, it's just I have family members in my family. They had a cancer. They all went through chemo and they all no longer live in the world anymore. And for me, with 2 young kids, it just makes me have a lot of fear, you know? When I think about chemo, I'm just thinking about very scary and the fear because I see people being no hair and bald and couldn't get up. They look super skinny and super weak, you know, no appetite. I mean, even the doctor's like, oh, you're so young, you can't bounce back, your immune system can't grow back. But I'm just like, yeah, like my entire immune system gonna be destroyed and then slowly grow it back. That's gonna take so much time. So I just can't like put my head around that. And like I can't get up with my kids. If they want me to take them to football practice, I can't do that. I just can't. If they ask me to go play with them, I say, oh, mommy's too tired, I have to bed rest, you know? I just can't think that because for me, I'm like, if I have to be alive, I want to be living. I don't want to alive, but bed resting for the rest of my life. I'd rather not live. So with that being said, so I just like, back then, I just like, I don't want to do chemo radiation. Even my husband were like, are you sure? Because that's what doctor said. You listen to your doctor. Maybe you should just try chemo radiation. I'm like, I don't know. I believe in God too. So I just don't feel peace in my heart of chemo radiation, you know? I'm just like, when I pray, I'm like, oh, it's so scary. Like, I can't think about it. So I just end up like, so I told my mom about it, obviously, this whole situation. So they've been with USANA for years. So they heard about Sanovib, like in Mexico. And so they were like, why don't you call Sanovib? You know, Dr. Wentz has this hospital in Mexico and they probably treating cancer too. Why don't you just give a call, see what you can find out? Right. Called them and they have a cancer program they're going through. And they have many different medical programs. I mean, cancer just one of them. They also have detox. They also have Lyme disease. They also have any chronic disease, physical checkups, many different programs. So I just called Sanovib. They said, okay, we have 3 weeks program for cancer. I didn't even hesitate a bit. I just booked it and drove down to San Diego. They picked me up from San Diego and took me to Sanovib. I went there last July.
I have a question. So from the San Diego, how long does it take to get Sanovib?
It's like an hour and a half. It's right by the border of San Diego.
Very, very close. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's close by the border. It's in Rosarito, Mexico.
I see.
Yeah. So if you fly into San Diego, they can pick you up in the San Diego airport and pick you to Sanovib.
I see.
Yeah.
So which means you heard about the Sanovib from your parents, right?
Yes.
So
they
that's
told me about it and I called them. They have a free consultation with you.
I see.
There's a doctor that's scheduled to look at your cases. So obviously I'm going to send them all my test results, my blood work, my treatment diagnosis plan, everything. So they look at it and they'd be like, this is my advice for you. They'll give you what they would do for you. And you can think about if you want to go or you don't want to go. The difference between Sanovib and the Western medicine treatment is, you know, how like in America, right? If you have cancer, they do chemo radiation or surgery. So basically they trying to, you know, you have, like if you're a tree, you have a bad branches on your arms or something. They try to spray you with like the drugs or cut it off. That's how they treat cancer. Basically like They give you chemo, they kills everything, including your bad cells and your good cells. It just kills it. So now because a little bit of cancer, they're gonna shut down your whole system. Like that's how US treatment is. But with Sanoviv, what they do is by boosting your immune system. So they make yourself have strong immune system. So maybe you can fight the cancer cells on your own. So that's their concept. And also they're trying to find what's your root cause of your cancer. Your root cause, like what causes your cancer. Yeah, they're trying to help you to figure out a way like why you have cancer, right? Because US, I think the medical system always like, you have a problem, we're treating it. They treat the symptom, but they don't really treating the root cause or the why, right? So you break arm, we fix it, but we don't care how you got your arm broke, you know? So with Sanoviv, they're trying to figure out why did you have your cancer in the first place? So they go through a lot of like psychology side, the dentist side, the chiropractor side, the nutritional side. So there's many different fields of your life to make your mind, body, and soul. So they put everything together. So it's really good for me to see a different type of treatment, you know, versus the traditional Western medicine treatment.
So which is like holistic, right? Everything
very
holistic and then combined together. So just give, you know, instead of giving the medication or like for the just treatment, but they want to find the why the cancer started, and then they're feeding yourself with the right nutrition, and then, you know, everything with the natural way, you know, so that you can yourself can fight with the cancer, you know, with your, you know, the immune
your immune system. They do combine with some Western medicine. So if the oncologist feel like you really need some chemo, they will do a no-dose chemo on you. And when they're doing surgery, they are doing chemo through your tumor. They also have something to clean out your like system to make sure the chemo doesn't go to the rest of your other parts of your body, which is very high technology. They have something like that. I don't know how to describe it, but they also have something called like hyperthermia. You can Google it. I don't even know how to describe it, but basically, usually if you go to regular doctor to do chemo radiation, so 90% of the chemo goes to rest of your body, 10% of the chemo actually goes to your tumor, just so you know. But at Sanoviv, we're doing chemo while you're doing hyperthermia together. You're actually targeting 80% of the chemo goes to your tumor, only 20% of chemo goes to rest of your body. So it's more efficient. And another thing is they actually can help you to detox. So if you say you had your chemo today, next day they will schedule you for colonics to help you detox all the heavy metals, the toxins in the rest of your body, so you don't get all the rest of the chemo in the rest of your body, which is very cool.
I see. Very interesting. Because one of my dreams is I want to visit Sanoviv. Oh, I want to visit
Sanoviv. They had a discount.
Yeah, without health issue, just visiting. But I want to
detox program.
Yeah, detox program. That's my goal. But anyway, oh wow, that's amazing story. So
what's another amazing thing is when first time I was in Sanoviv doing the cancer treatment, I met Dr. Myron Wentz and his wife there.
I saw the picture in your Instagram.
They were there. I'm like, but that time I wasn't doing USANA. I was just a customer, but they were there. I was like, my parents would die right now.
Oh yeah.
My parents are a fan of them, but back then I wasn't really a fan. But I was like, I need a picture with you guys just to show my parents I took a picture with you guys.
But that's today's your testimony for USANA.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? And then so also so you said so how many times did you get treatment in Sanoviv? You told me that 3 times, right?
So I went, no, actually for treatment, only twice.
Twice?
The first time I did a 3 weeks treatment. And then after my surgery, I went back there as a boosting treatment because I just had the surgery. So I just went back to Sanoviv for like
So I have questions. So where did you have surgery in Sanovib?
No, in America.
Oh, so you got a treatment. After that, you went to the Western Medicine Hospital, right?
Mhm.
And then you got a surgery. And then after that, you went back to Sanovib again. The
Cancer recovery program. But one thing I gotta say is, after my treatment was 2022 July, and then my surgery delayed for 1 year. So I didn't have my surgery until 2023 June. So
Why?
this whole year, I was looking for the right surgeon because I didn't want to do it at Sanovib is because I don't want to pay out of pocket, you know, because Sanovib, they don't take insurance. So you pay everything out of pocket. So I was like, I want to save money by doing surgery in America. But when I came back from Mexico, most doctors would refuse to do the surgery on me because I did not do the chemo radiation. Because that's the US doctor. You have to do chemo radiation to do surgery. And I was like, no, I just want to do the surgery. And the most doctors will be like, you're not listening and you cannot be my patient. So in that whole year during COVID time, everything slows down. And I was trying to find the right doctor to do my surgery. So that's why this whole thing got dragged for 1 year until June 2023 in City of Hope, Arcadia. That's where I got my surgery done. And when I saw my doctor, my surgeon in 2023, she said, you've been having this tumor inside of you since December 2021. Your cancer is going to spread. And she said, you haven't done surgery for over a year. You probably should, yeah. So she think like my tumor is going to spread.
Right.
She's like, you haven't done anything. I was like, well, I didn't went to Mexico, but they were thinking like, oh, Mexico, you know, like there's nothing there. Like, I don't know what witchcraft you saw, you know? Now I'm trying to tell her I have my whole book, my whole case. They don't really believe it, what I did. And so she said, it's probably going to spread. I was like, I just want to get the surgery done. She said, well, if it's spreaded, I cannot do the surgery on you. I suggest you do chemo radiation. But she's like, if it's not spread, then it's been over a year. We should do the surgery right away. So the whole time I was praying, like, I hope this cancer is not spreading, you know? But that whole year, when I was not on any drugs, I was pretty much just mega dose my USANA supplements. You know, that's like every day I never took USANA that serious, you know? But I was like, this is about my life. So I take USANA every day, 3 times a day. On that, I could skip a meal, but I don't skip my USANA supplements. So I took 1 year.
What did you take during that time?
Everything. So honestly, I think it's about your mental belief because you have to take something you believe in, right? But at that point, I was like, I have God and I have USANA. Like that's honestly all I have. So my mom told me, like, for you, the cell essentials basically plus all the optimizers. So like the profenovinol, the calcu enzyme, the proglumulin, like the immune system and vitamin D, biomega, just iron, just pretty much like everything that's good for female, like everything. And I don't take just a little bit. I was taking 9 profenovinol a day.
I see.
That's 200.
That's just strong.
That's like 1,800 a day. You know, I was taking like 9 calcu enzyme 100 a day.
Oh.
So it's a lot of dosage because like your body already negative. It's not like I'm a healthy person. I think if I'm healthy, the regular dose is okay. Right. But I think because I was like, I have cancer cells, you know, I need to like multi-take my supplements.
I see.
If you don't think it works, it's because we're not taking enough. That's just all I gotta say. So the whole year, I was taking the supplements. So, and a year later, they did a PET scan on me. And thanks to God that it was not spreaded. That's why my doctor was like, okay, we can do surgery first. So that's how I got the surgery. That's why I scheduled my surgery last summer, 2023, June.
But I want to ask you, so not only you took the supplement, but also you change your
Diet.
diet too?
Yes.
The healthy diet,
So I changed my diet completely. So I used to eat all the junk food.
yeah.
I mean, I'm a foodie, right? I'm Chinese, so we eat a lot of like, I eat every country food. I love all the processed food because I didn't know about nutrition. I didn't know about, what's healthy, what's not. Some stuff looks healthy, but they're not really healthy for you. So after I went to Sanoviv, they teach you what to eat. They have a nutritionist to teach you what to eat. So I was really watching what I eat now because I don't want any more toxins in my body to make my cancer worse.
Right.
So yes, obviously lifestyle is huge. So I do more work. I start working out a little bit more, right? Before I was very lazy. I didn't like to work out. If I can't lay down, I don't want to sit up. If I can sit up, I don't want to walk. So now I have to completely change my lifestyle to like be more active, be more eating clean, and also be more going to bed early, which is very hard. Sleep, have to have good night's sleep. That's why I love the 24-hour pack. Help me sleep at night because I have hard time sleep at nighttime. Little noises can wake me up.
So, that 24 pack, and also we have the new product, which we're going to have launch soon, and then Rest Complete. I tried the product that helps too.
Yes, I'm gonna definitely need that.
Yeah, I love it. And then sometimes I take the Pure Rest with with magnetic D that helps to sleep better. And something like that, but your sleep is very important. And then the Sanoviv, did they tell you about there's the many toxic in your environment too, right? Any plastic or something like any from the furniture and everything is like that has toxic. They taught you about that too?
At Sanoviv, they have like lectures at nighttime after dinner. So they have they need to watch documentaries, and I feel like everybody can watch it on Netflix. There's many documentaries out there about the environmental, about the food we eat today, about the farming industry, how everything has changed since the day we were born, and definitely with even our cell phone technology, the radiation, the pollution, it's just we can't control. Our body is on negative side if we don't take care of it. You think as our technology gets better in the world today, and the AI technology, the smartphones, the laptop, all the newest technology, we would be healthier. But the truth is we're not. We're actually, our health is not that great, but our technology is great. More and more people have, way more younger people start getting cancer now, left and right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think younger people, they're using more, electronic devices that is not good for you all the time, and so we are exposed more toxic things everywhere actually. After I came to America, my situation was I was international student and I studied a master's degree, so I didn't have enough time or money, so usually I used to have the
I was international student too.
Oh yeah, same things.
Panda Express.
Yeah, Panda Express or KFC or McDonald's.
Whatever.
All the food, and that's why that increased my inflammation. So my immune system has problem too. So that's why I gain weight. Insurance here, the medical insurance, and if you go to see a doctor, it costs a lot of money. I could not afford to do it. So that's why, okay, then I need to find another way to save my money and also keep my health, something like that. So that's why I have to dig in study about my health, and then what caused the immune system problem. And then after that, I met Usana, So that's why cellular nutrition very important. And then the Sanoviv concept, food is medicine. That is important. What you eat is that's your body, that's your health, So that is
for me too. We're both Asians, we grew up in a different background, and then we came to the US, and the food is different here, and they're so much sugar. US people eating so much sugar. Everything is so much more sweeter. But to you and me, we're both students. We're like, oh, this is American life. Let's enjoy it. But we don't know, like, that's not where we grew up. That's not our background. You know, we're not used to drinking ice water every single day when we're in Asia country. I think that's another huge thing for our health issues. Is because
ice water, lots of sugar. What else? Every day.
Cake, the ice cream, the donuts.
Oh, yeah. So
and
that's
then we eat it.
So, honestly, when I was in Korea, my mom, my actually father was kind of very weak. So that's why she took care of us and then providing us very natural food all the time. But after I came to United States, my, diet has been ruined. So that's why that was the problem. And then that caused lots of problem later. And then I have gut health problem. I have digestive health problem, many things happened together. So that's when, and then after that, I started gaining weight. So, okay. And then, so at Sanovib, I'm wondering that, so they provide the USANA supplement, right?
They do. So not everything, but they give the sales and shows. So if you go there just for a detox program, they will give you sales and shows. But at Sanovib, all their bathroom stuff, they have USANA toothpaste, they have USANA shower gel, like their wash, like entire shower pack is USANA stuff.
Before or after your treatment, you really need to give your body with the right nutrition, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why after that you kept taking the product, and so that really helped you, and with the right food when you were cancer free.
So last completely for June 6th, 2023. So that's the day of my surgery. Because most people after their surgery, the US doctor would ask you to take a pill to prevent you from cancer, right? Especially for breast cancer. They always take this little pill called tamoxifen. It's like a hormone blocker for breast cancer patients. But I did not want to take it. So right now I'm just full on USANA supplements. But I just feel like I don't want any drugs inside of me. And maybe I'm a little bit too, like, people will say like, you are too overboard over this. But I'm just like, what if, I'm just right now I'm full on USANA supplements, but I feel so much greater. I feel like your health and your body, you know how your body is. You know if it's strong, or if it's weak, if you are sick, because when we cough, when we have sneeze, we know something's wrong with our body. So now I think honestly, we have to control our health. Like, you control your own health. I feel like a doctor, yes, they're very knowledgeable. They give you the treatments, they give you the diagnosis, but the prevention and also the recovery is on myself.
Right, that's true.
So I have to be the person to figure out how I want to choose to be recovered. Obviously I can always go back to my old lifestyle if we want to. It's all about choices, but I choose to live better and I choose not to. So I wouldn't say I feel I'm cancer free since last year, but obviously it's a long journey ahead. It's not something like we could like, oh, tomorrow's another day living your old life. It's something I have to live day by day as a reminder to myself, like, hey, this is what happened to you. Don't ever do the same thing ever again. You need to like move forward and think about what's next.
Right. Okay. So that is good story. So that's why everybody can make your own decision, but this is what Lucy did. So that's why if you listen to this and then you make your health is your choice, so you make your decision. But sometimes my case too, I prefer more natural way, natural remedy for myself. So that's why if you prefer that way that really helps you, then you can do it. But if you are like, always, if you listen to what the doctor said, then you just go with that way. But you're after that recovery, everything that's on you. Right? Doctor, they're not guaranteed. Yeah, you will recover fully or not. They don't know actually, So some people.
I'm not saying like USANA can be replacing all the drugs or whatever. I'm not saying that. I think you know, USANA, if you are going through chemo radiation right now, I think USANA is also great to help you ease your side effect.
Right.
Because I do have stage 4 breast cancer as my customer, and they are going through chemo and they are going through radiation at this moment.
Right.
But also taking USANA supplements is because it really eases out their side effects, because
Right.
you're already going through a lot with your body, with your health, and
Right.
you're already going through with a lot of pain, you know? So chemo is great to kill all your cancer cells, great for that, but you also need the stuff, nutrition to refuel your cells up, to make them be good and be, you know, they need the nutrition. They need the nutrition for their energy, for your body. So it's also great if you just use USANA supplements as a side, like health, because you need a nutrition, because you just went through a huge treatment in your body. You need a recovery that. I think it's great for ease the side effect, because I see a lot of cancer patients.
Yeah.
They also
we
went through
want to say that you know, helps you. So we don't say that because that is a supplement, but that can help you, you know. So
yes.
that food is medicine. If you know that food is medicine, then you will understand what we are saying right now. Okay, so now what is your favorite USANA product now?
I have a lot, because I take a lot, so I have a lot. But I think my newest favorite products right now probably would be the grass-fed, the nutrient milkshake, the new one. I love that. I love the whole protein concept, because people right now are very like organic health, grass-fed health, and wild-caught health. So I like that. And I would say probiotics is my go-to. I have most in my house, because I'm taking it, my husband take it, my kids take it.
How
So
many
probiotics,
how many probiotics do you take every day? I'm wondering.
this depends on the day, right? So if usually I do one in the morning, one at night. So bedtime, wake up. But if today, like I had some bad food, they just say that, you know, at Las Vegas convention, you know, we don't really have choices on what food to eat. It's like we're in the meeting, we're running and go. So we'll grab something quick to eat. So if it's a bad day, I'm like, okay, I need more probiotics than I usually take. Like I'm saying to my kids, every time my kids go to a birthday party, they go to have ice cream and cakes.
Right.
I know today is a probiotic day. Like they need to go home immediately, fix their gut.
Right.
You know, I love probiotics, and I also love the prophenomenal. Anything start with a P is my thing.
Key thing. Okay, good. That's my favorite things too. Oh, and then I want to mention that also you're on the cancer treatment in Sanofi, but if you are in the detox program, they will provide you another option for the supplement. That's what I heard from people. Not just the essential, but other product too. So
yeah,
that is why. But the cancer treatment is special one, so that's why it's different. But you know, it depends on the which treatment you're in. So what would you like to say to people who don't know about USANA yet? And for the customer or for the business opportunity, what would you like to say?
I would say, honestly, if you don't know what else to do and if you're not happy with your current health condition, give it a try for 3 to 6 months. Because we're not drugs, we're not gonna fix you overnight, you know, but it's something you're gonna feel inside. And I think most people who know USANA and also start become associate is because they were customers. They start as a customer, they love the products, they trust the products, then they start sharing. So I would say give a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you usually how do you usually share the USANA to your like friends or like, you know, how do you usually, I'm just wondering. Yeah.
So last year, I really gotta say is because I started doing USANA, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do this full time last year. It's more like I'm gonna do this on the side because I'm still, for me, I still put my health first. You know, because for me, health is number one in USANA, or health, family, then USANA. You know, like some people they put USANA first, but for me, I feel like I have to have health to have USANA. So I don't want to do things that's over tiring me or like that's like, you know, because the first 5 years for breast cancer is still crucial. So I think if you are going through cancer, definitely cancer, like your health condition is number one. But to me, I would say the first year, last year, I was totally doing part-time just by sharing. But because I went through cancer, the friends and family who saw me and they saw my transformation, they are shocked by it. And they were like, because they know how many people persuaded me, be like, listen to your doctor, go through chemo, go do your radiation. But I was the only person that's doing the ground with God, say, no, I don't want to do that. And a lot of people doubted me with my choices, you know, because that's what all they know. That's all they know. They grew up about cancer is chemo. Cancer is chemo, you know? So when they heard that and they saw my transformation over a year later, they saw in my spirit and they saw in my physical condition and they saw how I reacting and they were like, okay, tell me about Usana, you know? Because they know what I've been taking, they know what I've been going through, those stuff. So most people became my customers because they saw my transformation.
Right.
And I just literally really do the PowerPoint. I don't really do any stuff. I just share or just talk. They're like, what's new? How's your cancer? You know, you just tell them this is what I did. And it was like, I want to try it, you know? So I help people try it and they start as a customer. And some people, they want to looking for more as a career level, then they became associate. But I honestly really happy because my parents are doing in China and I'm doing the US. So my aunt who saw my parents' transformation first and they saw my transformation. And then she started like, okay, I need to get into this. You know, this is something because it's her brother and her niece, you know, something like that. Honestly, I think this year, I mean, after my kids start in school this fall, I'm going to have a new strategy how I'm going to do this actually as a business. Honestly, first year, I don't even know how to even became a seller. I just literally talking to people and sharing and give them the link, they order, and I get a credit. So, but now I think I might want to go to some health awareness community, you know, because in the end, it's not about how much money, it's about how many people will help, you know, it helped you, helped me, and I really want to see people benefit from it.
Yeah. So that's why, I mean, for me, same, like, you know, I'm all the time for my whole entire team, I always say, you're the associate, but your health is first. Your health is first, business is next, you know? You need to take care of your body. That's our job. And then naturally, you know, how you care your body and then people will realize it. And then, you know, people want to try the product because of your change. So that's why you have to be the role model for this company, for this brand. So that's why I really working hard to maintain my health. And then but what you told me before, like you're all the time you're very chubby, right?
Yes.
After the
I
cancer,
honestly, I was never skinny like you, never my whole life.
you're now skinny like me. So like I was like, when I saw you at like, you know, last week, I was very shocked. You were like cancer patient before, like your skin was glowing, you look good, and then like, you know, if you don't tell to anybody and they, you know, nobody can, you know, assume that you're cancer patient. So that's why I was so shocked. Your skin was very glowing. So that's why, which means Usana, which means you had inflammation in your body for a long time, and then after that really helps, you know, from that.
I was an 8 pounds baby when I was born.
Oh,
I was 8 pounds, and you know, like there's some people in your, like when you grew up, there's people like they're really really skinny, and especially for Asian people, right? Asian people, I've been called chubby my whole life. Honestly, even until after in my 20s or, you know, after I have kids, because like I was never skinny child. I always chubbier than my classmates. Always. Maybe in American people's eyes, like I'm okay. But in Asian eyes, I always X large, XX large, Asian size, you know? So like it's crazy because I went back to, I was just in China last 2 months this summer. I was in China. And my high school classmates, we haven't seen each other for a couple of years. And you know, those girls, they used to be skinny when they were kids. And because some people, they are really, really skinny, but when they reach 30, their metabolism goes down, right? So they look bigger and they were teenagers. But I was fat all my life. I am not joking. So my friends sees me and they were like, why every time I see you, you're getting skinnier and skinnier? I was like, especially after 2 kids, you know, because I went through pregnancy. I went through I was chubby again after having kids. I was like, because honestly, it's like a lifestyle and it's like supplementation. It's everything. It's not just, you will think you go back to your high school body figures. It's impossible as you're aging, you know? So for me, I honestly think, because with USANA and they give you a lot of nutritional lessons, you understanding about health, you understand about nutrition, you understand how your body works now.
Right.
Before, like you, I was eating cucumber all week, did not lose 1 pound, and still chubby. That's why I feel like chubby and fat, this name has been tagging along my whole life. So that's why I'm very sensitive about this topic. I never even share on my social media because I feel like if I show people what I looked like before, that's another chapter. I think I'm gonna start posting my before after pictures.
That's another chapter. I mean,
that's another chapter.
You see,
we can talk about it.
yeah, that's why people really want to try. I mean, try the product. After I post, before and after photo, everybody was shocked. Oh my grace, what happened to you? And even, you know, so a few days ago, I posted about my, transformation story. I was always skinny like right now, okay? But that was entire first time to get fat like that. And then I became normal weight like before now. So which means if you didn't see me only that time, then people, Grace always skinny like that, you know? But that's why so that time even I didn't want to take a photo because I didn't like to see myself. Oh my goodness, what happened to me? Even my parents, they started telling me like, Grace, you should lose weight. And then
yeah, you had like a natural skinny time.
Yeah,
I was I'm so jealous. No matter what.
During that time, and then I was gaining weight, and then even though I tried so many different ways, one food diet program, whatever, and I try several different brand products, and then or workout, I control the diet, everything I did that, but it didn't work that much that I expected. And then after I tried the reset program, and then so I noticed that, oh, this is what the cells need, what the cellular nutrition work with the right food. And then I didn't have knowledge about how much I need to take the protein, like fiber. I didn't know about that. I was always like, I really love carb, rice as a option, but that was not it. Even I was almost like vegetarian. Yeah. But I didn't lose my weight at that time. So that's why I was thinking, why? Even though I ate lots of fruit and veggie, but didn't help me lose weight. What happened? But I realized later that is, all about the knowledge about what is the right nutrition, right combination. So now I know it, but that time I didn't know. So that's why USANA really helped me a lot to improve my health. And then, so now, okay, this is the last question. So what are your future dreams with USANA, or, your personal future dream? I want to ask. It's okay.
I mean, honestly, I think being healthy, that's like my number one dreams. Okay. It's just like, you just never know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Life is short. Life could be short. Life could be long. It's just like how you looking at it. I think after being through cancer, make me more appreciate and more humble for the things I have today. Actually, before USANA, I never really posting on anything on social media. It's just like, I feel like since I was not working anymore, I was like full-time mom, there's nothing really to posting there. Right. But now I feel like I have a new dream. It's like, I wanna not just myself be healthy, I want other people be healthy too, especially today's world. More and more people are going through chronic disease, It's something like they don't kill you today, but you just don't have the quality of life and style. So my dream is just really to help others as I have a local Palm Springs USANA people grow. That would be my dream, to have like a health community, everybody together sharing Dr. Myron's vision.
Yes, the healthiest family on earth, right?
Yes.
I love that vision. So that is why, yeah. So that's why we want to help people. We want to be healthy. That's everybody's want, you know? And then,
Yeah.
but if you can make money with this business, that is good. But our focus is on helping people. So
Yes.
the money comes naturally later, right? But not the business. But that's that's my mindset for this business. Always help people. Your health is very important. Other people's health is very important. You try your best to help them. And the result you will get it naturally. It takes some time. Sometimes you need to study about nutrition or knowledge about health, everything. But it takes some time. But try your best to help people, put your effort, and later you will make the result. But you will be very happy because you are with your great team member, your great community is the immunity, right? So that's why you feel great, and your story will inspire many others people. So thank you for your time. So looking forward to seeing you next time, but thank you so much.
My pleasure.